Hello, my beautiful sisters here in the Abundant Empath community. So today I'm getting in real close because I have a truth to share with you today. And it is a little bit of maybe an unpopular or harsh truth, but I'm sharing it with you because this truth, this wake up call changed my life. And I'm hoping that what I'm going to share with you today, in fact, I know what I'm going to share with you today has the ability to shift it into high gear for you as well. If you want to be a master manifester, a co-creator, awaken the goddess, live your soul aligned divine destiny, this is something that we all need to hear and we all need to remember. So this kind of came to me because the other night on the live, the masterclass that I did, thank you so many of you beautiful women watched and reached out and left comments and were inspired and motivated, and that lights me up. Thank you for sharing all of that. And I hope if you haven't had a chance to watch, that you take a few minutes, about an hour of time. It will be well worth it to get those 3 secrets. So secret number 2 that I shared, to give those of you who haven't had a chance yet to watch a little preview, it was to stop asking for permission. And I want to build on that. I want to take that stronger and I want to make it even bolder, because this was the harsh truth that I had to wake up to, was this: no one is coming to save you. And for those of us little girls, right, who grew up, I'm a lover at heart, I'm a romantic, like just waiting and wishing and dreaming about Prince Charming coming to sweep me off my feet, like this storybook romance. Or I even grew up in an amazing home, amazing environment, so much support that I was fortunate enough to grow up with. But then I became an adult and I recognized that Prince Charming wasn't coming to save me and that no one was coming to save me. And if I wanted things to shift, I had to be the one to do it. I had to find it within myself to make the changes. And here's a background on this, right? So there were times in my life where I was stuck and I was in some pretty shitty situations, and it's like I was waiting on the universe to shift things, or the other person to shift things, or something to magically happen. And with empaths, right, we're so spiritual, we're tuned in, we're tapped on. I practice astrology. And it's like when I was early on in practicing astrology too, I saw this show up. It would be like, well, I can't do this now because Mercury retrograde, or I'm waiting for the right transit. I'm waiting for Jupiter to bring me something positive, or I'm waiting for like prayer. I'm a big believer in the power of prayer, but I also believe we've got to meet the universe halfway. And so my wake up call came, this was about a year and a half ago. And I still live in Atlanta. I was living in a suburb of Atlanta in a place, I just didn't love it at the time. I was in a relationship that really was not serving me. In some ways it was beautiful. In some ways it was pretty toxic. And I was working in a job that was draining me. And the expectation was that I slept with my phone by the side of my bed every night. And I was at the beck and call of emergency situations. And I was really unhappy. And I sat in that. This was about, I don't know, a year and a half into this particular life situation where all 3 of those factors were at play. I wasn't really that happy with my physical shape at the time, my health at the time. I was drinking a lot, to be honest with you. And I was waiting. It's like I wasn't doing this consciously. And I had the tools. I was doing the meditations. I was, doing the astrology. I was practicing Reiki. I was doing the things. I had put a lot of my coaching stuff on the back burner. I'd put my dreams on the back burner for this job and, this like being at the beck and call. And I honestly was not that happy. I was settling in my life. And I was waiting for the job situation to change. I was waiting for the relationship to change. I was waiting for my hormones to heal because I'd put my body through a lot after I was done with fitness competitions and doing fitness competitions. I was waiting. I was not taking action. And it came to hitting a pretty low point for me to say, like, I've had enough. I mean, I think it was probably one of the last, disagreements that I had in the partnership. And I just was sick of the tears. I was sick of the frustration. I was literally just sick of it, sick of feeling. I didn't know that I felt that bad. Just sick of feeling ho hum, like sick of feeling like life was just okay, sick of feeling like I was waiting for things to change. And the first step that I took was I decided that it was like one relationship after another. It was a series of relationships that I had attracted that were not good for me, not serving me, were not aligned with me. And I wanted to stop that pattern. I hired a relationship coach. That was the beginning of everything shifting. Because just like all of us do it as coaches, it wasn't about working on the relationship. It was about working on myself and my own energy. And within a week, that relationship, he's an amazing person. He is. It's not him, but the combination of energies was not healthy for me. And so within a week, that relationship had ended. And fast forward a few months later, new things were coming into my life. And a few months later, I realized, because so much had shifted within me, I realized that job situation was no longer something I could live with and settle with, because I had asked for more balance. I had asked for what I needed, and I was denied on that. So I knew something had to change. But it was me that had shifted that created the opportunity. So when I took action, I was no longer aligned with that previous position. So bam, things happened really quickly. And in a matter of time, because I'd done the inner work and I had taken the action, I had realized that no one was coming to save me. I had to save myself, and I'd taken ownership and accountability for that. Within a few months, everything in my life was different, from relationship to health, to the whole, making a living situation, to my business. Like, everything had shifted. And it all started with me recognizing that if nothing changed within me, if I did nothing different, if I took no action, nothing would change externally. No one was coming to save me. I had to save myself. And the beautiful part of this story, right? The beautiful part of this story is that no one's coming to save us, but the beautiful part is that we get to save ourselves. We get to rise. We get to become. We get to create. We get to take ownership and say, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. Let's make it happen. And that's what I want for you, sisters. That's what I want for you. So if you're sitting there and you're like, man, I've kind of been settling, or you're like, you know what? This is not right for me. I've got to do something different. And you're ready, let's chat. I will help you. I will help you map this out. Let's sit down together right here, right on the Zoom. You'll get me all fired up. We'll set your vision, and we'll ignite something and activate something in you as well. So we'll go through what's blocking you. We'll go through what's stopping you and where you're stuck. And we'll create that vision, and we'll create an action plan. Action. You're gonna hear me talk about that a lot in this group, because I think that's the missing piece, one of the missing pieces, especially when it comes to manifesting, that we all need to embrace, and that is taking action, sisters. No one is coming to save you, but the best news of all is that you get to save you. You are your own superwoman, savior, goddess, creator. That's you. That's what you're here to do, right? That's why we're in this body. This soul's in this body, because we get to take ownership for what this experience is of this soul in this lifetime. So how exciting is that? So let's sit down. Let's create that beautiful, abundant empath vision. So you can click on the link that I've posted. It's called the Abundant Empath Activation Session. It's 1 hour free of charge, where we sit down and we activate you, we create your vision, and we give you the tools the strategy that you need to get there. I will hopefully see you very soon. Fill out that form. And thank you so much. Blessings, sisters. Let me know what you thought of this video. I would love to hear your comments, what resonated, and what came up for you. Have a good one.